Hi, welcome back to the Crypto Dave YouTube channel. So it's Wednesday morning, and as always I'm doing my Bitconnect experiment update video. Now this week's, which is week 9, will be a little bit longer than usual because, as I mentioned last week, I didn't get a chance to do my sort of long-term forecast and where I thought Bitconnect even was going. So I will wrap that into this week's video. But anyway, this is my lending wallet received amounts for this week. If we jump over to the Google Sheet spreadsheet, we can have a look. We scroll down. So this is the last week here. We made $57.48. That worked out as an average of just under 0.7%. It's been, if you look at the weekly amounts we've made, it's been right down at the bottom. So week 3 was actually a dollar less, or 50 cents less, but it's been right down at the range of what we've actually earned so far. But the overall figures are that we've now received back from our $1,200 loan $758.88. We've got $441.12 outstanding until we get our money back, but we are still on track to get our initial $1,200 loan back purely in dollar interest around that 100 days mark. So we're looking at around 3.5 months still, and our daily average is spot on the 1% at the moment. That includes our 0.1% bonus for doing over a $1,010 loan. So that's it. But in slightly more positive news, if we look here at our Bitconnect earnings, so as some of you who watch it each week will know that each week I convert my Bitconnect into Bitcoin and then withdraw it to this wallet. And I put the amount in today. It was a smaller amount this week, as you can see there. But because of the increase in Bitcoin price, we're now at over £1,100. Now, our initial experiment, we bought £1,000 worth of Bitcoin, which roughly translated into a $1,200 loan. But we can see now that because of the increase in Bitcoin, and because we've been withdrawing our Bitconnect as Bitcoin each week and put it in this wallet, we're actually now made a small profit. So we've made our £1,000 back, and we've got £105 profit so far. So that's really largely due to the increase in Bitcoin price. So as I mentioned in a few of these videos, this should always have returned on investment before the sole dollar amounts that come back from kind of interest because of the increase in Bitcoin price. But it's nice to know that, you know, the experiment from now on, whatever happens, you know, we've made our initial money back, and that's all good. So the other thing I wanted to touch on a little bit today was Bitconnect, and you know, how long it's going to go for, whether it's still a good investment. So when I started this 9 weeks ago, I didn't know whether it would, you know, I didn't know a huge amount about Bitconnect when I started. I didn't know whether it would actually run to the end of that 9 weeks, let alone the end of the 239 days, I think it is, until we get our capital returned. So it's nice that it's run for that long. In that time, I've done a bit more research into Bitconnect. And if we just jump over here to CoinMarketCap and have a look at the chart. So this is the Bitconnect chart. This is a US dollar chart. And we can see the various bumps and dips. And then if we have a look at Bitcoin, so this is a Bitcoin US dollar chart for the same period over the last 3 months. So we can see the dips here and the little rises and dips, and like this bit here. They match very, very, very closely up until the last kind of couple of weeks. And then what we've seen here is a real strong breakaway from Bitcoin compared to Bitconnect. And if we go back to the Bitconnect chart and we put on a Bitcoin overlay, so this is a price in Bitcoin, we can see that this last kind of couple of weeks we've seen a really big breakaway in divergence, or a big divergence in the price of Bitconnect in relation to Bitcoin. And this is largely how Bitconnect will have a future or won't have a future. So the two things Bitconnect are relying on, there's been a lot of talk about the trading bot, and you know, I don't think there's a trading bot by any stretch of the imagination. Nobody can, you know, seemingly come up with any conclusive proof that there is, and you know, it just doesn't make sense for them to be making money that way. But the things that they are relying on is an increase in Bitcoin price and being able to tie the price of Bitconnect very tightly to that Bitcoin price. Excuse me. And they can do that by basically controlling most of the supply of Bitconnect coins. So when you do a loan with them, you have to buy Bitconnect coins from them, then you have to give them back to them. in order to do the loan. So they control at any one point, a huge amount of coins. From various research, a lot of people thinking it's maybe kind of 80 to 90% plus of coins that are actually controlled by Bitconnect themselves. And that means that they can then dictate to a large extent what people are buying those coins for, because the vast majority of, or almost all of the volume, is actually going through their own internal exchange and not external exchanges. They have a huge amount of influence over the kind of price. So if they don't, because although some of these buy and sell orders, well, some of the sell orders are from users. So, for example, each week I withdraw my Bitconnect and sell it for Bitcoin, but then I'm selling it on the exchange here. Someone else is buying it, which is then going straight back into Bitconnect's coffers. So they own the vast majority of the coins, but basically what they are reliant on is being able to tie the Bitconnect price to Bitcoin's price. And as we can see over the last couple of weeks, there's been a real divergence of their ability to do that. So that does put some questions into the long-term viability, I think, of the platform. It's never, any kind of platform like this is never going to go for 5, 10, 15, 20 years. Doesn't matter what people on the internet tell you, this kind of system will always fall over at some point. And I think the two sticking points really are, for Bitconnect, is that they're relying on Bitcoin going up. Now that may not be an issue. It may continue to go up despite sort of pullbacks and dips, fairly reliable for many, many years to come, and I'm sure it will. But if they cannot tie the Bitconnect price to Bitcoin successfully, the system will fail. And I think the two things that could cause problems on that front are people not reinvesting. So if people keep selling the Bitconnect coin, taking the money out of the kind of platform, they will run out of buyers, and that will reduce that buy pressure, and the price will not be able to maintain that increase. And I think the other thing is staking, or just even holding the coin. So if you look at sort of experiments done with this, and I'll do one in the next few weeks myself. So if you pick up a time in the past, when you could have bought Bitconnect coins and done a loan, if you just held the coins, because of the increase in value, they've increased in value far greater than the profits you've made actually from interest from the loan. So that is an issue, and if more and more people discover this, also with the ability to stake as well. So if you withdraw these, if you buy your Bitconnect coins and then you hold them in a local wallet and stake them to make money, then if people start doing that, then there aren't as many people buying through this exchange. People may buy, to stake, so that may create some kind of pressure. But if people are not lending in the kind of platform, there won't be that kind of buy pressure, and the price may well begin to suffer on the back of that. So that, long term is where I see the downfall from Bitconnect. It seems they have been struggling a bit in the last few weeks to keep the price tied to Bitcoin. Now that's not necessarily surprising. I mean, Bitcoin's gone up massively. If we look today, we're almost $13,000 today. It's up almost 10% again today. So you wouldn't necessarily expect Bitconnect to be able to tie that kind of closely. But if they really control the supply well, and they can put those kind of pressures onto their own exchange and make sure that, or try and keep their own exchange to be doing the vast majority of those transactions, they hopefully, from the point of view of people in Bitconnect, can keep the Bitconnect token tied quite closely to the Bitcoin price, which will allow the system to run for a lot longer. Now, in terms of timescales, I think the next few months, maybe 3 months, will tell us a huge amount. I think if the price continues to tie for the next 3 months, it could run for another couple of years. If it doesn't, it could all unravel within the next 6 months. But as always, I'm not suggesting Bitconnect as an investment. I never have done. If you're interested in getting involved, I do have a referral link below, but any referral monies that I get are going to go back into giveaways for my subscribers. So I won't be making any money kind of personally from it. As I said, the last 9 weeks have been pretty good. I've got my money back and I've made a small profit. But if I'd actually just bought £1,000 worth of Bitcoin, obviously I would have made more than this. But it is still going, and the interest is still coming in each week. So anyway, that's my analysis of Bitconnect and my earnings for week 9. That's week 9 results. So we've reached in real terms now our return on investment and its profit from now on, which is kind of great. So it doesn't really matter from the point of my personal point of view, you know, what happens to kind of Bitconnect going forward. You know, we've made the money back out of it, so you know, it's been an interesting experiment, but a long way to go, I think, with it still. Anyway, I hope you have a great day. If you like the videos, give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to the channel. I've got lots more mining videos coming up soon. I got some more graphics cards yesterday, so I'll be running through my slightly updated mining setup in a video later this week. But have a great day. Give me a thumbs up, that would be great, and hopefully I will see you on the next video. Have a good day. Thanks very much. Bye bye.